Thanks for tuning in to Real Critics. I'm Richie.
I'm Frank.
If you saw our last week episode reviewing the Book of Eli, we appreciate it.
I surely do. Our four fans.
We have 4 subscribers. 22 views at this point. We're pretty happy with that.
I'm geeked.
I couldn't be happier.
And we didn't get any comments,
No, we were hoping for some comments, but feel free to still go back and do that. We're here for entertaining you. It's not going to be your normal critic review, obviously, because we're not getting paid to do it.
That's the truth.
But we enjoy it, so we thought we would record us going back and forth like we do.
This is more typically like me hating everything he says.
And vice versa.
But I'm right and he's wrong.
But vice versa.
This week, we're going to go ahead and pick another movie that it's not out in theaters. It's on video, which God knows that should be against the law. But we're going to do The Green Lantern. Richie, why don't you go ahead and just...
Sure, I'll go ahead.
I'm going to let you take the lead.
Green Lantern, I enjoyed it. It was an okay movie to me.
Okay movie.
Could it? Listen.
You loved it. You said
no. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as a comic book movie. I enjoyed it.
How could you enjoy that waste of a movie?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. Could it have been better? Could they have done different things to make it a better movie? Yes. But they chose to go the route of comic books and how it's set up.
No, they didn't.
And that's why. Yes, because you claim you don't like the cloud parallax. That's part of the comics.
I'll go ahead and I'll give you this. What about the Superman reboot, the first one?
Right.
That everybody hated because he fought a rock. That was the villain.
It was a big rock.
A rock.
Hey, look at me. It was a big rock. Okay, well, listen. You know what?
Whoa!
I am.
Watch out!
I'll admit that I have shared my feelings with Frank on the Superman reboot with Brandon Routh. I was okay with it. I liked it. I'm a huge Superman fan. And I was just excited to get something new since the Christopher Reeve days.
I was excited to get something new, but I didn't know it was going to turn into a pile of crap.
Anyways,
we're not here to do it. But I'm saying, you know what? That's what they did. They sat there and they took the Green Lantern. The first mistake they did was they casted Ryan Reynolds, which I have no idea why. Okay? Now, granted, yes, he did play Deadpool in the X-Men movie. I thought he played a good Deadpool because of the fact that's the kind of character he was. And he was very methodical, malevolent, evil, in fact. Okay? He killed people with a smile. Totally his role. He slam dunked that one. That was great. But as a Green Lantern, I remember watching the Green Lantern cartoons. I'm sure many have. And he was not even an inkling like what Ryan Reynolds did in this movie. He was a slapstick, kind of like, I'm a jokey kind of like, feel good Green Lantern. I don't know what the hell this came from.
As far as portraying Hal Jordan, I don't think they did a bad job.
No, I think they did a terrible job. Hal Jordan was not like, okay, kid, here's a race car for you, and, I'm kind of like a real daredevil. No.
How was Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan was more, I have to say, in a more serious role, and he was more serious, and everything that the Green Lantern, what DC put out. Hal Jordan was not, he didn't make jokes, he didn't sit there and make little spoofy things.
Can I ask you this though? Would it have been a better movie? Like, I agree with you, had they gone like darker, maybe changed the villain, it would have been better. But had he just been like a old serious straight face,
I'm not saying he had to be straight.
Would it have been better? No.
It wouldn't have been better, but you don't have to go from one extreme to the other. There's a very happy medium. And in this one, they just took it to the, jokey Van Wilder type, Ryan Reynolds.
It wasn't Van Wilder.
Have fun with it,
Have you seen Van Wilder? It wasn't Van Wilder.
It wasn't Van Wilder, but I'm saying he played that type of character where it was just like, it was a joke until he got serious, which by that time, you couldn't really take him serious. When he was sitting there with the heads of the Green Lantern going, I know what fear is.
The Guardians.
I know what fear is. Damn it. That's all I got. Fear. I mean, by that time it was just like...
There was more to that. And for somebody who just watched the movie on their 15-inch laptop yesterday... You know what?
I've seen the movie. I had to watch it again. God knows why I watched it again.
Well,
on a 15-inch.
We can't do this justice unless we watch the movies. So we're...
Yeah, I wanted to get fresh on it. Right. And I'm telling you right now, the guy who played Sinestro, okay, good job. Great. Good job. I'd say he was one of the best, he wasn't a villain in the movie per se, but he played a very hardcore, like Green Lantern type,
They set it up for the end, though.
Well,
after the credits,
they did.
He puts on the...
But once again, when you come from, like, the Batman trilogy, that was dark, and that was just... It was pieced together greatly. I mean, I'll even say I enjoyed the third one as much as I enjoyed the second one, okay? I'm going to put that out there, But I'm saying that DC then went to green... fudge.
It's almost like you can't compare it to Batman. Batman reboot.
No.
So
I can't compare it.
awesome.
I can't compare it, but you know what? DC lines it up, okay? Who does a screenplay? Who sits there and makes the plot? You're fighting a fart cloud. I mean, Parallax was a fart cloud. I don't give a shit what anybody says. All it was like, hey, look at that. Someone let it out of the cavern of darkness and now it's consuming the world. I mean,
what was your biggest?
My biggest.
Just give me like 2 or 3 things that you just hated about the movie.
Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern, number 1.
Number 2,
Parallax, the fart demon,
the fart club,
and the love interest between Green Lantern or Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, which was. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing wrong with casting her. I cast her in every movie I was in. But what I'm saying is that it was just so set up, so falsely, just like, and it was almost like you knew what was going to happen before it happened. And when it did happen, you were kind of like upset because you're like, crap, where's the twist? Where's the change, And even the freaking spider monkey looking freak that,
I would say
that Parallax freaking,
if I had the...
possessed
if I had
with
to say,
his power.
If I had to say something that I didn't like about the movie, it was that character with the big ass head.
Yeah, he was a freaking stupid ass. That was dumb. I want the Green Lantern power.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to go making him look like that. I'll agree with you there. I'm surprised you didn't bring up the racetrack.
That was my next thing. The way that the Green Lantern uses powers. Okay, like in Sinestro, training the Green Lantern, that man had swords. He sat there and did everything that was cool with the ring. What does Ryan Reynolds do to save the day? Hot Wheels racetrack. Way to go, Ryan.
All right.
That was awesome. And don't get me wrong, Ryan. I'm not making fun of you. I know it was in the script, but you could have fought it. You could have said, dude, this sucks. Let's put something core in there, man.
Let me defend that scene.
Whoa, okay? Go for that one.
It was his first time using the ring in that way, ever. Okay? So he can't automatically just come out, because I got the ring now, I can automatically... It was the first thing he thought of. And in the next scene, in the movie, they actually make fun of him for doing that.
They did, but that's what I'm saying.
And I'm okay with that.
It was quirky.
The fact that his best friend's like, really, a racetrack is the best thing you can think of?
That was the only thing you could do. But that was the thing. It was stupid. I would have...
It was his first thing.
Let me tell you something. You know what? You put up a badass saving scene, okay? Badass. Maybe even a little bit of fight scene in there somewhere, because that was like just so like, okay, the only thing he did was the racetrack. And believe me, not to take away from this thing, not that it could, it took away from itself mostly, but do something cool, right? And then the guy comes in and he's like, man, what's the deal with your power? And then you can make a joke. Oh, drank some Gatorade or whatever. I don't know, something witty or something like that. Make that kind of funny. But you know what? You don't mess with the power itself. If you're going to do something cool, do it cool the whole entire way. Okay? And you know what? He gave Blake Lively that, green emerald necklace.
Well, he had to take
that didn't last. Tell me a chick wouldn't get upset at that. Oh, this is you. What the hell? Sorry, my power only lasts for so long. That was getting off a little bit track. But anyways, the whole movie was just surrounded with just quirky little, just it tried to be like somewhat of a comic serious, which you can never blend. You can never put that together.
You can't. It happens.
Well, it happens, but they did it so poorly.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not saying it's the best DC movie ever made.
No, in fact, it was the worst DC movie ever made. Wait, I'm sorry. No, wait. There was The Watchmen.
That was
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was like
you once
wow.
told me. You once told me when I asked you, are you watching the Green Lantern? Did you watch it? You're like, yeah. And I asked you how it went. You're like, I'd rather watch the Smurfs.
I'd rather watch Smurfs.
Have you actually ever seen the Smurfs?
No, but I'd rather watch it.
Fucking terrible. You wouldn't.
I would have rather watched it.
Believe me, you wouldn't have. Smurfs was terrible.
Because at least,
and you know what?
Because at least it was funny.
And they got a second movie.
Well, that's because Britney Spears did the soundtrack. And I'm telling you right now, I would make freaking Smurfs 3 if Britney would come back and do another soundtrack. And everybody agrees with me on that one.
Listen.
Britney Spears is
hot. It wasn't that bad of a movie. They set it up to where Sinestro is the bad guy at the end.
Yes.
Or he's going to be. It implies that.
Yes.
I could even see him being the bad guy in the Justice League movie that they're making.
This is much like fighting a blazing inferno with kerosene.
What's that? Me? Talking to me about it?
Yeah. Because, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This is serious?
Yeah, no, it's serious.
When's Green Lantern 2 coming out?
It's not.
It's
scheduled.
not.
It's not scheduled.
It's not.
But he's going to be.
What's the word in Hollywood? What are they doing with it? They're going to do
I didn't hear about a reboot.
Yes, they're rebooting it.
I heard that.
They're rebooting it, doing it with a different Green Lantern. Thank God.
I heard different that they might even go with Ryan Reynolds in the Justice League. Because they're not making a new one yet. They're going right after the Superman.
They want to freaking erase whatever
Batman,
freaking Green Lantern was and then make a new
Ant-Man, one. Then they're doing Justice League, which you may
Ant-Man
see.
Is Marvel.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man.
I did. I mixed them here. There's too many things going on.
Well, then you know what? Maybe you should go ahead and watch my computer.
I enjoy it a lot more on my big TV. I'll be honest.
You know what? I'd enjoyed it on my 60-inch TV, but when I put on demand, search for Green Lantern, it gave me this. Okay?
It gave me the cartoon.
No, it sat there and said, why? Why would you want to watch that movie? And I was like, shit, really? My TV talking to me?
You know what? It's getting heated in here.
All up in here?
It's getting heated.
All up in here?
I like it all up in here. I'm getting a little warm, and you know what?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I gotta take this off.
Please, man. God, no! Please tell me he's not taking off his shirt. There's a green.
Man, it's just. Whew.
And he planned that.
He
planned that to throw it in my face.
Man.
Okay, no biased opinion here. No.
I just want to say, a good friend of mine got me this for Christmas. This year.
He must have been a great friend.
He's a great friend. He's a great friend. I love this shirt.
Gargantuan looking guy too on video.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wears his hat he likes to,
see, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm not saying that Green Lantern was a total failure. Okay? It was a flop.
I like that.
It was a mega.
What's the difference between a failure and a flop?
Well, a failure. Yeah, it was a failure. It was a total failure. And I'm not afraid to sit there and say that a good movie is a good movie and a bad movie is a bad movie. Green Lantern, bad movie. Okay? I mean, maybe if they threw a blind guy in there with, a Holy Bible, it would have probably been better. But I mean, Green Lantern, bottom line, they should have just gone ahead and made Hal Jordan a little bit more badass instead of quirky ass, you know?
How would you have done it with his powers? You know, I think of something and it appears like...
Well, I mean, if you want me...
How are you going to do it?
You want me to put it down? I mean, first off, I wouldn't even have the scene with, like... Okay, first off, the big-headed dude went ahead... You're going to have to excuse us for a second.
Hold on.
Pull. You got to pull. There
That one.
Pull. There
Pull
you
it.
go.
What's up?
Did you say 214 was that side?
Yeah, elevator up to the second floor, make a left. Yeah, that just happened. That just happened.
Actually,
I don't know. I didn't
pull the door.
I didn't realize I was wearing my name tag on my shirt when we started this until I had to take it off because it got so hot in here. But yeah, that was some dumbass.
We'll try to edit that out. But anyways,
Try.
if not, the whole thing is, what would I have done? I actually wouldn't have had a freaking beer keg blow up into the freaking helicopter and make it lose control. And Tim Robbins shit in his pants and go, oh my God, I'm a senator that just, I don't know, they threw me in here because they needed a name for this movie.
They had Ryan Reynolds.
Well, Tim Robbins is a pretty big name.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of, he's done some really good movies. I mean,
You see Mystic River?
we won't say Howard the Duck, but, you know, everybody makes mistakes.
I like Howard the Duck. What can I say?
Oh my God. You are not serious. You are not serious.
Tell me, is there any time you hear the name of that movie and that theme doesn't start going through your head?
What theme?
Howard the Duck.
No, it goes, change the fucking channel. Good God. You know what I think of? Think of a Chinese restaurant. That's what I think of. Because they should have served that one up on a freaking platter. Because that movie just, we're not even going to get into that one. And I can't believe he actually said that. You know what? I'm taking away your freaking superhero movie rights
now.
now.
You want my shirt back?
God. No, I don't want your shirt back. Keep your shirt.
You paid money for this shirt.
Yeah, it was on sale.
Of course it was. Did you steal it?
No, some guy sat there and gave it to me.
Some homeless guy. Anyways, I don't think it was that bad.
I think they should have had more badass scenes instead of the, like I said, like the quirky freaking helicopter scene. And I think that towards the end, I mean, him fighting the fart cloud, whatever the hell that thing was, Parallax, the fear cloud, and you know, they knew that this thing was going to engulf the universe eventually. It was going to engulf the universe. And what do? They send like 8 like badass freaking Green Lanterns to go whoop its ass. And what happens? Suck your soul, suck your soul, suck your soul. Sinestro's like, oh my goodness gracious, what do we do? I mean, he's like fearless. And what happens? Ryan Reynolds comes up to it. Don't worry, I'm going to hit you with a big old hand. And then I'm going to strap 2 F-22 Raptors on my waist and so I won't get sucked into the sun. That was just so, that was terrible.
How else would you do it?
Terrible. I would have freaking I would have made Parallax a person.
Oh, no,
a being with form, with arms, to have a one-on-one, slug it out like they do.
I agree with you. I'm more inclined to agree with you on what you're saying on some of the points of this movie, especially more than the Book of Eli, which we did last week. So we obviously know. But like, I'm not totally saying you're 100% wrong with what you're saying. I agree. Like, man, if Sinestro was the bad guy in that movie from the get-go, it would have been 10 times better.
That would have been cool, but they can't.
But I'm saying, like, you're saying the things that he was doing with his willpower with the Bring, the things that he was coming up, like, what? I don't know what other things he could have came up with.
All right, Ryan Reynolds. I got one. Blade 3. Okay, there you go. Blade 3.
Did you like Blade 3?
That sucked ass. The Vampire Club.
It wasn't a bit. Dude, it had Triple H in it.
You know what?
With fangs running down the road like an idiot.
Yeah, that fast time shit's got to stop. I tell you right now,
terrible.
that was like the worst. But Ryan Reynolds in that movie totally blew it. I mean, it just sucked.
He had a good quote though. The horse humping thunder cunt. I'd love to,
Okay, well, write it down.
That.
You'll be able to use that somewhere. I mean, I don't know.
I've used it. I have.
Anywho, what I'm trying to say is that from the get-go, the script should have been torched right off the bat. The casting director should have been.
Well, it didn't. It didn't.
Should have been thrown into the cloud
of
fear.
Okay.
Okay. The whole. It's almost like the Superman reboot should have never been. The Green Lantern should have never been. If you can't set it up straight, you can't set it up right, then don't do it. I tell you what,
they were doing.
I would have gone to the producer and said, dude, just give me the budget's film, or the budget for the film. I kick you in the nuts, you get the same effect.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
They're not bringing it back. They're going to do a reboot of it, and they're going to have to.
We'll see.
Because you can't correct that shit.
We'll see.
Well, we will see. I mean, because...
We will. I don't see this being...
I really don't see a whole lot for DC's future in any film unless they can come up with another Batman trilogy.
You didn't like the newest Superman reboot?
Alright. I love that one.
That was fucking awesome.
That was awesome. Okay. Alright.
You almost really upset me there.
I love that.
I didn't even have words to say when you said that.
Okay, well, I loved it. I love that movie. Superman, the Man of Steel, excuse me.
Yeah.
Man of Steel was
epic.
Awesome. Loved it. I mean, I tell you what, I'd watch it like 10 times just to sit there and pop. Oh, beautiful.
Great movie.
Go out and see it, okay? Avoid the Green Lantern. I'm sure many people have seen it, and they're probably agreeing with me going, dude, I would call Ryan Reynolds right now and just say, dude, can I please have my $12.50 back? Because I took my girl to see this movie, and she was like, damn, is he, I don't know, something's wrong with him, you know? Ryan, I want my money back. God knows you can afford it, because you probably got paid a buttload to do this waste of a film.
It wasn't that bad.
I'm sorry. It was.
It's okay. You can calm down.
Dude, if I could have like a green ring right now, I'd give you the big hand bird. There you go. Ooh, there you go. Green, if it was green, there you go. Sorry.
That was uncalled for.
There's a lot of things.
It's the second time you gave me the finger on both videos.
So it's kind of like a trademark now.
Is it?
I think so. I gotta fix it. I gotta work.
If I had the ring, I would use my willpower in some way to like just take that hand as you're giving me the finger and like just shove it right up your ass.
Well, we're just. Anywho.
That's all I had with that. I was thinking so
then
hard.
You wouldn't be a Green Lantern because you wouldn't be good.
I was thinking so hard. What can I do with my willpower to come back with the finger? You know, maybe God would just make me start champion.
I'd give you 2 fingers.
Yeah, I'd have 2 rings.
Anywho, we're not here to sit there and more of on an entertainment basis. I'm glad Richie's here so that we could talk about this because he does have a lot of good points, just not tonight, and just not like last episode. We're gonna get to them.
I think the purpose. Soon. I think the purpose of our show here is to basically just for me to share all my bad points of view to you, and you can tell me how
really
wrong
bad. Oh wow,
that's exactly what we're shooting.
Epic wrong. Okay, but anyways, we are glad that you're actually entertained by this and our 4 subscribers.
Our 4 subscribers, 22 viewers. Let's see if we can bump that up this week.
I want 24.
I was gonna go for 25. 3 more?
I want to rush it.
3 more? I think.
Start slow.
Come on, people.
Anyways, if you want to go ahead and comment on this, please do. We strongly recommend that you do.
If we get a comment on this, you can give us less views.
And just comment.
Well, because as long as we can get, I don't know, I'd be happy with some comments.
I don't know, maybe a phone number. Britney Spears, if you're out there.
She's not going to call me.
That sucks. I watch Smurfs too. Anyways.
Next week, we're fumbling around the idea of doing maybe a top 10, worst 10 movies of 2013. So
the worst and the best.
Yeah.
So in fact, it's going to be my list and then Richie's gonna have his list.
and then we'll compare them.
God help us when he writes his list.
It should be fun. Will Green Lantern make my list? Oh, they didn't come out last year. Man,
No.
damn.
I was gonna say, thank God for that. Anyways, tune in next time.
Please.
And like I said, comment on us. And if you didn't like it,
Fuck you.
I don't give a shit.
We're
out. We're out.